We're the People Station, Magic 102.1. Ayana Mack holding you down with a special guest in the studio. Looking good, smelling good. Ladies and
Wow.
gentlemen,
Thank you.
on the Grown and Sexy Station, we have Mario hanging out with us. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
And it's Ayana, correct?
Ayana Mack, yes, sir.
Ayana Mack. So you do always go by your first and last?
I
Is
do,
that-
I do.
okay. Forever, since forever?
I'm married. I didn't even take my husband's last name.
Wow.
Yep,
That's
Ayana
bossy.
Mack.
That's
I
bossy. But
stay.
you got
you know-
that ring on, though. You got
Bling,
that ring
bling.
on.
So you are doing some new things. I mean,
Yes,
you are,
yes.
of course, you have a beautiful voice. And I got to tell you, I actually saw you sing one time. It wasn't your concert, but I remember I was in LA. I believe it was Destiny's Child. Stevie Wonder called you up on stage to sing.
Wow.
Do
Hold on.
you don't even remember that?
wait.
Steve Harvey was hosting the show.
Yes, I do remember that. Wow. That was a long time ago.
It was.
Because, Stevie was the first artist I ever, was on stage with. When Clive had me perform at his Grammy party, I performed with Stevie Wonder. And it was a surprise to me because Clive knew how much I love Stevie. So that's
I
crazy.
remember seeing Stevie was sitting a few seats away from me. They called him up on the stage, and then he just ranted and raved about you.
Man, that's
and I
crazy.
was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so amazing!"
I haven't seen Stevie in a minute. I gotta reach out to him.
Yes,
man. He's one of my favorites. He's truly one of my biggest inspirations for sure.
Stevie, hands down. What's your favorite Stevie album?
Inner Visions.
Really?
Yes, I love that album. But I love some of his live releases. I love listening to those because one, he sounds better than the album, and two, I just love live instrumentation.
Yeah.
And his band is incredible.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Wow, amazing. So you are getting into acting. You did a great job on Rent.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
You really did. Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm not a musical person, but I did want to see you and Tinashe do your thing.
Yes.
So that was really cool. Let me ask you this. What is more difficult, preparing for a Broadway show or doing an album?
I would say doing an album, because an album, music is my first love, and I feel like when you're releasing new music, there's so many different elements that you have to prepare and reintroduce to your fans. I'm big on growth, and I want to show growth, but I also want to, that putting all of your creative ideas into 12 songs or into 6 songs or stuff is really tough. And then also working with picking the producers and the right writers and the right people to help you illustrate these feelings and these thoughts. It's a really tough, it's fun, but it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of personal stress sometimes, like just getting it all together. With musicals, your main job is to reintroduce something that people already know, keep the authenticity, and just to make sure that you're performing at your highest level every time once you actually learn the material. So it's material that's already there. So the pressure of you creating the material is not your pressure.
Yeah.
But performing it is the pressure. But that's something I feel like 50% of is natural. The other 50% is skill and learning how to make sure you pull it off the right way based upon what the character requires.
So your new album, Dancing Shadows, what made you choose that title?
The title really consists of the different unknown things about me as an artist, as a person, that I was sharing on the album. If you really listen to the words on the album, the music in the album, it's parts of me that I've never revealed before. As a writer, as a producer, I wrote and produced 90% of the album, so 70% when you put production and writing in there. So it was really just me illuminating certain parts of myself. So that's why I called it Dancing Shadows. I also have a song on there called Dancing Shadows as well.
Yeah, I saw the video for that. Very hot video. Love that.
Thank you.
You also have a song called Care For You, where you talk about some pretty deep and emotional moments and experiences in your life. Can you talk about Care For You and the meaning behind that song?
Absolutely. When I first began illustrating this song and writing this record, it was more about the parts of being a man that I didn't want to admit, the vulnerability and being okay with saying how much you love something or someone that you may lose. A lot of times I think where men lose out on things that they look back on a year later and say, yo, how did I lose that? Is because we let our egos overpower our hearts and a lot of things, because we're taught in society to not care or to just, say F it.
Yeah.
And it's really just about doing the complete opposite and completely, being vulnerable. So if you listen to the words and the lyrics, there's a lot of metaphoric representation of love and balance and neutrality. In the video, I really just wanted to do something that wasn't about a relationship, that was really more about life and growth. So I'm kind of like looking back on my younger self and going through this journey with myself and saying I care for you, as in like we made it through the hardest times, and I'm glad I didn't give up. So it's really about self-love. I also partnered with the Equitas program, and they put money into mental facilities in underprivileged communities, mental health facilities, because I feel like mental health is a big part of what we're talking about, a big part of that.
Don't you have an organization too of your own?
I did for about 4 years, but it just got really hefty financially, so we had to shut it down. But I'm definitely going to go back. I actually just left Baltimore, so I'm working on some new things and some new initiatives back home. So.
But it's good that, you've had, with your mother and her struggle with fighting drug addiction and you allowing the world to experience that with you, and you've been through so much, and I just want to say thank you. I'm glad that you started that organization, and I'm glad that you're still, even though that has ended its chapter, that you're still championing and fighting for mental health and I really liked with that organization how you were like, there's plenty of people that help individuals that are dealing with drug abuse, but you sometimes forget about the children that have to see that and witness that. So I do hope that you continue to spread knowledge about that. And if you could fire that up again, I mean, we got to make sure that works. There's a lot of young people that deal with that on a daily basis, and it's like PTSD. They have no way to process.
Well, I feel like because I've learned a lot since I started that, I think that there's some other ways that I would approach philanthropy and really finding solutions. The thing about it is, it takes money, of course, but it also takes the right concepts and ideas that are really applicable. Like, there's a lot of things that I feel like don't work and some things that do work, and I feel like we have to be very smart about things that will realistically work and the people that we're trying to affect, the kids, and the young adults that are young parents, that don't know how to deal with life and the pressures of their community and those types of things. The community is what ultimately creates the change.
Gotcha.
The village is what creates the change. Not just one person, not just two people. Like, it's what are we doing for this whole community that's going to ultimately evolve over the next 3 to 4 years.
Create the change. Create
so
the change.
That's kind of where my initial focus is in terms of the approach. Gotcha. And then figuring out what works best for that city, because every city has its different issues.
You've been on the music scene for a minute, since 2002, Just a Friend.
Yeah.
And then 2004, Let Me Love You. 2005, my son was born. So, yeah, I guess I could say I let him love me. Since you've been in the business for a minute, what have you learned? Like, okay, we know that you're an accomplished singer. What have you learned from the business that you've been able to take and to put into other parts of your life as far as business? Like, are you getting into different business ventures now? I know that you're acting. We all see that. But, like, how are you taking this platform now to really, really just capitalize?
My next focus over the next few years is really my production company on the content side and film side. Also getting into directing. Definitely investments, but those things take more time. You have to be very careful about, because I've made some investments where I've succeeded and some that were just horrible.
Yeah,
and I lost a lot of money. So the investments, but I think the best investment you can make is in yourself. So really, just spending the next few years like figuring out where I want to go with my brand, from film, from TV to fashion to products. I have health product ideas that I want to like put back into the community.
That's right. You're a pescatarian.
I am.
Cool. I don't eat meat either.
Which I'm trying to wane off of that.
Off of fish?
Yeah.
You want to get off fish too?
I do. My body's asking for it, but it's just hard for me right now. So I'm gonna wait till after tour. But I'm
Man.
definitely not doing it now.
You gonna give up crab legs?
I'm gonna give up crab
I'm praying
legs.
for you. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Pray for me. I need it. I need it badly.
Well, you just
I need
pass
that
your
prayer.
plate on over to me. I'll take care of that for you.
So,
But that's
yeah.
cool though. So
Yeah.
so you want to get into all these different income streams and really just diversify.
Yeah,
That's
I think
really
the
cool.
best investment you can make is in yourself, man. You know, if you have the money, if you have the time, like investing in yourself and in your health,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there, you got to bet on yourself.
Cool.
And then from there,
Yeah.
because you know what you're gonna do, you know what you're willing to do to win and to investing your time into yourself. So yeah, look out for some amazing things in the near future and new music, of course.
Mario, you do write beautiful music, and it's
Thank
usually
you.
about relationships. Are you in one?
I am. Something fresh is happening in my life.
Fresh.
and-
Fresh.
fresh. And it's very, it's tough to do it while I'm on tour. But this is a test. The tour is a good test of our strength, and
Okay.
where it's gonna be.
You
It's
keeping,
not too serious.
You
but
keeping our secret?
It's not a secret. It's not a secret at all.
Do I know? Wait, hold on. I've been flipping through
That
the
don't mean
grams.
it's a
I didn't
secret.
see
Just because
nobody.
you know doesn't mean it's a secret.
Oh, just because I don't. Okay, I'm just out the loop. Okay,
don't
just
know.
it's Ayana's out. Okay, well that.
Nah, everything will happen in its right timing, though. I'm really a firm believer in that.
Yes, your new album,
Yes.
Dancing Shadows.
New single, Care For You, is out now. Make sure y'all check it out. The video's out. Everything's available everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, all the streaming platforms.
There you go.
Make sure y'all
Support.
tune into the this season of Empire as well. I'm on there still. 6th season. We're in negotiation. We're gonna see what's up.
All right, cool,
yeah.
cool. Trying to stick around on the Empire set too. How is
See what's
it?
up.
How is it working on Empire? You
It's-
like it?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I think that there's a lot of room for growth, which is great.
Okay.
I think that it's one of those shows that the next season can take a completely different turn creatively, and I want to be more on the creative side. So we're gonna see what they allow me to do.
Have you talked to Jussie Smollett yet?
No, we haven't spoken.
Since the whole
I have
everything.
not spoken. I'm completely out of the loop. What's going on? You know more than I know about it.
Good answer. Good answer.
It's a fact.
I had to shoot my shot, y'all. All right. He said he don't know nothing. Okay.